Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On second down, it's Hill. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Here we go, 50-50.
Echo. And what's that? And what's the ball? Go.
Operating from the gun. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
15.
Slap.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check. Hey, 57. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check.
First carry for James Conner. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. We know this offense, they're built around passing the football. That time, the running game didn't suit them so well.
Not so well, but they have to do it every so often. You have to be able to control the pass rush a little bit, make them somewhat hesitant before they come and get your quarterback. At least have the illusion that you have a running game.
I don't need to. Let's go, D.
Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Ready, go. I'm here all day.
From the gun, Love. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 2.
Ready. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Recon, 132 fight. Check 26. No. Off. Shit. Go.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Go.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
On the carry, it's Hill, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, watch the slant.
Barkley. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Mahomes now to throw. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here we go. 4th down, Mahomes. The pass complete. It's Bird. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, 43, 15. Hey, red blitz. Bravo!
Now here's Mahomes. Throw caught here by Bird. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. 36.
On the run, it's Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll run with Barkley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full street.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Here we go. Here we go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll try and run forward Barkley. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This Cowboy defense trying to hold them out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal.
Under 10.
Here's Barkley, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Now, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Set, ready, 70 in, Delta. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, me and you all day. H3, 218, chopper.
Check 52. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creep.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. On on second down. Barkley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 56 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On 1st and 10 is counter. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
On second down now. Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Watch the twist. Check 37.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Going again on the ground here with Hill. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Hill. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 48 yards.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Here we go. 30 pace. Let's go. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. And go.
To throw on 2nd down. Love. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Mike's 56. Rip left, rip left. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
You better be afraid of me. You better. Steady.
To throw on 3rd down. Love. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there. And now it's 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And this one is right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll go to Barkley again. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
Check Mike 21. Watch the pass. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
I'm ready. Come on, boy. 56. Check 56. Hey, get in the weight room.
They'll run on first down. Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. Second down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup. His 11th touchdown of the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Again, it's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Set up. 60 outlaw. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check. That's it. It's a party now. Mike 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Love. That is incomplete.
Throwaway and incomplete. Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Yes! Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
On third down, it's Hill. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11th. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And his kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
That one, 28 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Saquon Barkley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Didn't get a whole lot there, but at least he got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
True on every count there, because I know for a fact that when that call came in, it was tagged with these words. Make sure to tell him, if he doesn't have anything, get out of bounds. Save the time on the clock. Now they've got to start considering what their play calling is because they've got to push it downfield.
Here we go, D. All day. 43. 43. Check 48. Charlie. Check 48. Somebody. Check the yellow. Watch me run. Alert 3.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
15. 64. Weak. Switch. Bang.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First down, Kansas City.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Barkley. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Yellow. Get that quarterback team on.
A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, let's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. Check, 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 check. A little flare, flare.
The busy night continues for Hill. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, Love. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A good pickup there, a 22.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Barkley unable to get away on the 1st down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Yellow. I don't need to.
To throw is Mahomes. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
He's checking.
Mahomes to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 36. That is just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Set, ready. 18 Gator. Mike's 50. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Rock. Check. You go tight.
On 1st and 10, Love. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Go! Exit.
Here's Hill one more time. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Okay, ready. Let's go, tight end.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
On first down, Love. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 43.
Check three. Tighten up. 61. Matchbox, light. Out.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Yeah, baby.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the boot. Squeeze, get in there. Crunch. Ready, go.
On the move to his left. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7.
Here we go. 50. Now. Mike 50. Check Mike. Hey, no, look at that. Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? You can't block me. Ready.
Looking to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score them.
And now look at him go. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he cuts left, and he's got an alley. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Chiefs, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year.